Now, to make his way to this final confrontation with the boss, Don will not only have to fight as Dante, but he'll also have to jump, climb, swing, manipulate the environment. This idea of the environment being against you, hostile to your presence and your intentions, is called malice. And it primarily will manifest itself as sort of an environmental shape-shifting, from something as simple as a trapdoor opening underneath Dante, forcing him to react before he falls to his death, to something as over the top and glorious as a building trying to cave in on itself in order to trap Dante in the rubble. And really just about anything in between those two extremes.
Good. I finally have your attention.
So you'll notice in this one and in some of the previous assets that we've shown that this version of DMC is a little less fantastical in terms of the environment. It's more modern, it takes place in kind of a cityscape area. And to pair with that, we've sort of put in some of the same societal ills that we'll see in our real world. So reality TV, media, cable news in particular. And I think that if anyone has seen any amount of cable news in one particular American outlet that should go unnamed, much of the upcoming will seem depressingly familiar, if not a little exaggerated for comedic effect. In addition to the news media, we'll satirize other elements of societal ills and cultural excesses, media, finance, maybe take a few shots of reality TV, pop music while we're at it. And in the game, we will lay this all at the feet of sort of the pernicious demon influence that pervades humanity. So, I talked about continuity earlier. We've talked about it in some of my previous chats with the media. This idea, we've had it in combat. We've now, with showing Virgil, have achieved some element of that story, which is important. Bosses are also a standard that we have to live up to from previous DMCs as far as what expectations are. And I think that once you see this character, you'll see that he is over-the-top spectacle, but he's a character that really could only exist in our version of DMC.
Hey Bob, put a spin on this.
My personal view on the terrorists is that they are disgusting, degrading, ghastly, sleazy, period, and generally nauseating. The worst of them is Dante. The whole world would benefit greatly by his non-existence.
I'm taking you off the air.
You think so? I wouldn't bet on it, you little shit. often malicious, humiliating attacks against the prison officers just doing their jobs. Between 16 and 17, he became involved in gangs, drug peddling, and is believed to be responsible for more than a dozen homicides. And worst of all, he was also a well-known cruiser in the senior districts of the city, rapidly spreading sexual disease of the unholy kind.
Ain't that the best kind, Bob?
Way to go on the Triple S Dom. So that's just a small section of that boss encounter. And I'd like to say